A war of words between Ontario Premier Doug Ford and U.S. President Donald Trump, the two leaders exchanging insults and criticism after trade talks between Canada and the U.S. fell apart and new U.S. imposed tariffs are now in effect. Good afternoon. This is CTV News at 5. Stefan is away. I'm Patricia Boal. As the trade war between Canada and the U.S. continues to escalate, Ontario Premier Doug Ford and Donald Trump are exchanging insults this morning. Ford reacted to Trump's threat to increase tariffs on cars and trucks with some colorful language. Here is some of what he said, speaking on News Talk 580 CFRA's The Morning Rush with Bill Carroll.
Well, he can kiss my ass as far as I'm concerned. We're going to go at him full steam. And we buy 400% more cars than anyone in the world.
And Trump took notice of Ford's comments and fired back. In a Truth Social post this afternoon, Trump called Ford, quote, the less charismatic, intelligent, and overall unimpressive brother of the late, great Rob Ford. He also referred to Prime Minister Carney as governor and called Ford Carney's flunky. Trump called the two clowns and said someone should get them to, quote, fall in line or the consequences for Canada will be far worse. Not to be intimidated, Ford shot back, saying he would not take advice off a guy who is the, quote, king of bankruptcies. But the war of words does nothing to mitigate the potential impact the trade war is already having on local businesses. One Ottawa-based online retailer plans to immediately stop shipping to the United States. CTV's Katie Griffin is here with more. Katie.
Well, Patricia, the co-owner of Black Coffee Apparel, says there's too much uncertainty and it's just too risky. The company works with independent artists to design the apparel from skateboards to clothing and hats. They say about 15% goes to the United States, especially at peak holiday times. It also buys some material from the U.S., and with new tariffs, it can't afford to continue. There's also a risk of losing their product and profit if a buyer doesn't pay the tariff.
It creates more risk for us because if there is a tariff charged on something we send across the border, if the person doesn't accept delivery because they don't want to pay the tariff, because they don't know they had to pay the tariff, then we may not get that product back. We might be out of pocket the shipping. There's a little bit of confusion even if tariffs are due, if somebody denies it, who has to pay? Are they going to go after you later? Like, there's so much confusion and not a lot of clarity that it makes it really difficult to plan.
The company told customers on social media it will stop shipping to the U.S. starting tomorrow. And with so much influx, it's hard to put a dollar figure on the impact. They say they'll focus more on local markets and expanding wholesale operations. Patricia.
CTV's Katie Griffin live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, police have identified a 27-year-old woman as a victim of an alleged femicide in the investigation of two suspicious deaths over the weekend. On Saturday, Ottawa police found a woman's body inside a home on Gig Avenue in the Lower Town neighborhood. They were called there after Sûreté du Québec officers responded to a single vehicle crash on Highway 50 near Papineauville. One person was located inside with suspicious injuries. He died in hospital. Police have now identified the individuals as 27-year-old Kezi Fevrier and 34-year-old Kingsley Nude. Police did not say what the relationship is between the two individuals. Well, they're supposed to be safe, family-friendly spots, but now Ottawa police are investigating after more than 100 pills were found at 3 parks in the Orléans area. CTV's Dylan Dyson joins us live with more on this, Dylan.
Patricia, residents say finding drugs of any type in their neighborhood is out of the ordinary, and now they have to be on the lookout whenever they take their kids or pets to the park. Over the weekend, police say they found more than 100 pills at Blue Willow Park, Silver Birch Park, and Riso Park, all of which are located within 750 meters of each other in Orleans. Police say they found these pills scattered among trees and bushes, throughout the grass, and even concealed inside acorns. It is not clear yet what type of pills they are. Councillor for the area, Catherine Kitts, says they look like small white capsules and that police are testing for its substance.
The pills inside the acorns sort of lead you to believe that there was, something nefarious there, that it wasn't just, an accident that somebody, dropped a bunch of pills or something like that. It seems more intentional.
Police say other nearby parks were also searched, but no other pills were found. Police are asking residents to keep children and pets under close supervision in the area and are advised not to touch or handle any suspicious substances in public spaces. Anyone who finds pills is asked to leave them in place and contact police. Patricia.
A little scary. All right. CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, return to office rules are driving debate in Ottawa's mayoral race, with Jeff Leeper promising more flexibility if elected.
I will, as mayor, make clear with the federal government that I am opposed to the return to office mandate that they're imposing.
Leeper says he would lobby the federal government to reverse its 4-day mandate while removing the 5-day requirement at City Hall and would allow hybrid work whenever possible. He also says he wants more shared federal workspaces in Ottawa's suburbs, arguing shorter commutes would save workers time and money while reducing pressure on roads and transit.
My proposal is that we would continue to give workers at the City of Ottawa maximum flexibility to choose the working arrangements that work for their families and for their own needs as well.
Incumbent Mayor Mark Sutcliffe's campaign says managing municipal employees is the city manager's responsibility, calling Leeper's promise counterproductive and performative. Before the 5-day rule, about 85% of city staff were already working on site full-time. We are also getting a more clear picture on what the mayoral candidates' front-runners want to do to help rural communities in this area, many promising to improve the condition of rural roads.
Terrible. Plain and simple. A lot of potholes still. Go down old Richmond Road. Still potholes.
That's how many people describe the state of rural roads in Ottawa. Incumbent Mayor Mark Sutcliffe says he will boost funding for rural roads, provide dedicated funding for rural infrastructure priorities, and advance building a ring road if re-elected next fall.
They don't want, as a result of amalgamation 25 years ago, to feel like all of the attention is on downtown Ottawa and the suburban communities. They want to feel like they have a say in the decisions that impact their daily lives, just like they used to do before amalgamation. And that's achievable within one Ottawa. That's achievable if we give some additional authority and autonomy to the rural councillors, and that's what we're going to do.
Candidate Alex Lawson is pledging requiring rural assessments and says he will improve rural infrastructure maintenance. Neil Saravanamutta would create community road safety councils and regional planning panels. Jeff Leeper has not released his rural platform as yet. OC Transpo is on track to a multi-million-dollar budget deficit this year due to lower ridership, but the city is hoping the provincial government will help to offset that. A city report shows OC Transpo posted an $8.9 million deficit during the first 6 months of the year. Staff say that's mostly due to lower fare revenue. OC Transpo ridership has averaged 67% of pre-pandemic levels through that period. OC Transpo anticipates a $12.3 million budget deficit in 2026, but it expects higher ridership for the last 6 months of the year. The city is expecting the province to kick in $47 million for transit, though that funding has yet to be confirmed.
School bus is so fast.
Well, coming up on CTV News at 5, some young students in the capital taking a test run on the bus ahead of the start of the school year. And Jackie Perez is right here in studio joining us with a first check on the forecast. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. Well, we did see mainly cloudy skies for here in Ottawa. Parts of Eastern Ontario did see a lot of active weather moving through, especially around the Kingston area. We did see a little light drizzle and dark clouds in downtown Ottawa just a couple hours ago, anticipating rain moving through as well. So we are keeping a close eye on this. Meanwhile, temperatures right now across the region feels like about 21 degrees. So it is quite cool considering the last couple of days we've had. 13 degrees for our overnight lows, a chance of showers continuing into our early morning. And tomorrow, another 22-degree day with 40% chance of showers in store. We'll have these details and more in just a bit. Patricia.
All right, good stuff, Jackie. Thank you. Taking a look at the roads on your Monday, the 417 westbound slow from Catherine to Moody, eastbound backed up from Woodruff to Bronson and from Riverside to Innes. 174 eastbound moderate to heavy delay from the split to Montreal Road. The 416 slow at Robertson and around Roger Stevens Drive. A few collisions on the go as well. The start of the school year is just around the corner, and for some students that means new experiences, including taking the bus for the very first time. CTV's Kimberly Johnson reports.
My school bus is so fast.
Excitement and smiles from 4-year-old Moon.
I told you I see another school bus.
Everything out the window, a new sight to see. She's taking the bus for the first time, learning how to do it ahead of her first day of kindergarten next week. Her backpack secured on her lap and holds onto the handrail while stepping off. All things she's been taught here at the annual First Riders Day, held by the Ottawa Student Transportation Authority.
I'm happy and stressed at the same time, but now seeing her happy makes me happy.
A range of feelings for Mom ahead of the first day of kindergarten. This is helping in the transition for both of them.
She saw everything. She listened to the instructions. She did it on her own, and this is something that it makes us feel happy and relieved to see her comfortable going up and down the bus all by herself.
More than 2,000 kids, many of whom will take the bus for the first time, have signed up for the morning, learning step by step how to navigate the roads, like learning how to cross the street and getting on and off the school bus.
Officials say helping students navigate the bus system and safety features is important because when the school year starts, more than 55,000 students will be taking yellow school buses like these across the city.
And really what today is all about is to make sure that they can understand that the bus driver is a safe person, that they are going to comfortably be able to get up those steps, where they're going to sit on the bus and just have that first experience.
Taking a big step on a big bus for both parents and kids.
It's a big step, obviously, because they're going to be leaving their parents for the first time,
It's just blink of an eye, he's going to school. It's more than for us, it's for him. So, he's excited, so sorry.
Kimberly Johnson, CTV News.
Lloyd Barker se démarque bien, tente une passe.
Well, coming up on CTV News at 5, Ottawa's Lloyd Barker inducted to CF Montreal's Wall of Fame, how the former soccer star is having his legacy solidified in today's edition of Simply Ottawa. And a live check on the roads out there right now. We were telling you earlier, a few collisions on the go. Intersection of Carp Road at March Road closed after a cyclist was struck there. Hunt Club west of Riverside, a collision to watch out for. Maryville at Woodfield Drive and Sir Georges-Étienne Cartier Parkway at the Rockcliffe Driveway. Here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, American Ninja Warrior, and Match Game. We want to take another look at the weather heading into this last week of August. Jackie is here.
Well, it's hard to believe, Patricia, this is the final week of August, and we've had a lot of rain move through. Today was no different, especially for parts of eastern Ontario. It was a wet weather day for especially the Kingston area, where steady rain moved through, even through Brockville. We are anticipating some light drizzle moving through here, including in downtown Ottawa. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. While we saw sunshine for most of our day, you're starting to see those darker clouds roll in. Current temperature is sitting at 19 degrees. Humidex levels feeling closer to about 22, 23. This is an idea of what we can expect in the 6 o'clock hour. This yellow here, darker green as well, heavier rain moving through. We could anticipate some light rain moving through Ottawa in the next hour or so. It should likely clear up by the time 11 p.m. rolls around. We might even see some heavier rainfall for Cornwall as well, but into the overnight hours, there is a slight chance we could see showers, but for the most part, mainly cloudy skies is what we're anticipating. Tuesday afternoon, isolated showers is a possibility, but for the most part, we could expect a mix of sun and cloud for our Tuesday. Temperature, things are starting to cool down. It's hard to believe, especially for this last week of August. 16 degrees to start things off, getting to a daytime high of 22 degrees. We've got those northerly winds moving in as well, so temperatures will feel quite cool. However, by the time 8 p.m. rolls around, those humidity levels will feel closer to about 23, 24. Now, taking a look at the valley, 15 degrees overnight. Few showers are still in the forecast. 22 is the anticipated daytime high for the Tuesday, with a chance of showers rolling in as well, likely in the afternoon, similar to here in Ottawa. Seaway, 15 degrees. Risk of thunderstorm still in the forecast. This should clear by the time 1 or 2 a.m. rolls around. Chance of showers will continue for tomorrow afternoon. 24 degrees, the anticipated daytime high. A closer look at Wednesday, though, where no precipitation is in sight for Wednesday in the morning all the way to the evening. We are anticipating a mix of sun and cloud. That's the good news. So that'll be one day we can guarantee a mix of sun and cloud, because it won't last very long. Thursday and Friday, chance of showers will roll through. So again, it's going to be quite the short week in terms of sunshine as well as no rain. So keep your umbrella close by.
On today's edition of Simply Ottawa, from playing barefoot as a kid in Jamaica to soccer stardom that now has him receiving one of the highest honors a club can bestow, Lloyd Barker calls the capital home, but became a legend decades ago while playing the game he loves for the Montreal Impact. now CF Montreal. He was inducted into the club's Wall of Fame this past weekend during CF Montreal's match against the LA Galaxy.
Lloyd Barker se démarque bien, tente une passe.
For Canadian soccer fans of this era, a high-impact name.
La carrière de joueur de Lloyd Barker est terminée.
Lloyd Barker's athletic journey started in Kingston, Jamaica.
Scored by number 11, Lloyd Barker.
And he kept his eye on the ball after moving to Nepean as a preteen in the early 80s.
You know, the fact that I was able to come to Canada at 13 and discovered that, oh, there's actually, you know, there's a next level that I could reach, and I could aspire to be a professional player as an option, as a career, then wow, you know, I'm certainly going to strive for that.
First playing professionally here in Ottawa with the Intrepid, then his time in Montreal with the Impact kicking his career up to the next level.
Montreal are the 1994 APSL champions.
The achievements acknowledged by recognizable brands, endorsements were plentiful. So much so he used to send shoes to kids in Jamaica. Known for his generosity off the field, skilled footwork on it. A paralyzing injury in 1998 would be a setback.
Changing my shoes, tying my little things, because of the injury, I couldn't even do that stuff.
But amazingly, he returned playing for several more years before hanging up his cleats for good in 2004. Since then, a sports broadcaster with CTV Montreal, a World Cup commentator, a head coach at Concordia University, and now back here, the club's sporting director for Ottawa's Nepean Hotspurs. At 55 years old, the hard work not only finds its place in the club's record books, it has found a permanent home on the Wall of Fame.
It's extremely special for me. It's really touching that I get this honor and I get to come back and be recognized in front of all those beautiful fans.
Congratulations to him, and we want to hear your stories of people doing good, spreading joy, making a difference, or marking a notable achievement. We'll be showcasing stories that touch our hearts and make us proud of our city, simply Ottawa. You can send your story ideas to ottawanews@ctv.ca. Coming up for us here on CTV News at 5, what a new survey is revealing about the state of youth mental health in this country and how it compares to recent years. And if you need gas this evening, one of today's cheapest gas prices can be found at the Petro-Canada station on Eagleson Road in Canada. Regular gas there tonight listed at $1.69.4 a litre. Taking a live look at the roads yet again, we've seen some trouble out there in this commute, a few collisions and some slow spots like right there, Parkdale, Churchill area, things slowing right down on the drive home tonight.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Employee pricing on now.
Pure Country 94. Ottawa's home for the best country music. Listen to Pure Country 94 on the free iHeartRadio app.
Here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. A little cooler than what we've been seeing at this time of day, 19 degrees under overcast skies. Here's what we're working on for 6 o'clock.
When the Americans go to the negotiation table first with the right attitude towards our industries and a true partnership, of course we'll come to the negotiating table.
The Prime Minister says new tariff threats by U.S. President Trump are not surprising as the trade war escalates.
There's so much confusion and not a lot of clarity that it makes it really difficult to plan.
Reaction tonight as local businesses brace for the impact of new U.S. tariffs. We hear from an Ottawa-based online retailer planning to immediately stop shipping to the U.S.
It wasn't just, an accident that somebody, dropped a bunch of pills or something like that. It seems more intentional.
Police are investigating after loose pills were found scattered in 3 East End parks over the weekend. All 3 parks are located near each other in Orléans. Now the final 5 other stories we are following. A new survey finds the number of youth struggling with mental health has returned to pre-pandemic levels. The survey conducted by the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health found 46% of students in grades 7 to 12 reported a moderate to serious level of psychological distress last year. That's down from 51% in 2023. The survey also found fewer students are using alcohol and drugs than in the past, and they're waiting longer before trying them for the first time. But the survey also found a dramatic rise in online gambling, with 1 in 10 students placing a sports bet in 2025 compared to 1 in 100 in 2017. A new survey finds 2/3 of Canadian students are going beyond the classroom to learn new skills in an uncertain job market. The Ipsos Reid poll conducted on behalf of CIBC found 66% of students are pursuing skills training outside of their formal education in an effort to strengthen their career prospects. 76% say concerns about the job market are influencing their education and career choices. The Progress Pride flag is now flying high at Ottawa City Hall. The flag was raised today as the city officially launches Pride Week. Capital Pride celebrations and events are running until August 30th, wrapping up this coming Sunday with the Pride Parade through downtown Ottawa. Young soccer players coming together at TD Place last night for the active newcomer Youth Ottawa Soccer League final. The group offers the free Summer Soccer League to bring together players, families, coaches, and volunteers for championship matches and for, as you saw, community celebrations.
Sorry, but you're in danger. You just have to trust me.
The latest Spider-Man film is continuing to dominate the weekend box office. Spider-Man Brand New Day topped the box office for a 4th straight weekend, taking in $39 million across North America. The latest film in the Insidious horror franchise debuted in the 2nd spot, earning $25.3 million. Meanwhile, The Odyssey rounds out the top 3, still going strong with $19.5 million in ticket sales. Seen 2 of those. That is CTV News at 5. Be sure to join me for CTV News at 6. The early edition of CTV National News with Sandy Ronaldo starts right now.